So we're going to need a few things. A really important part that a lot of people don't fit is this door top to door bottom rubber seal. And that needs to go pretty simply like that. We're going to trim it to fit. They're always a little bit oversized, so that's fine. But you just need to check the holes are in the right place, which they are. So this is the rubber seal, and you can just see it's got a little edge on the top, and that sits on the outside edge of the door. So we lay that on the top. We're going for galvanised door tops, which I think is a really good idea. These are quite nice because these actually come with the UNF nuts, and also you get the washers. So what I tend to find is a lot of people will fit these, but they won't use UNF nuts, and it ruins the threads, and then you've pretty much ruined your door. So the rubber, to be fair, is a little bit small. The hole, sorry. Wow. Thought that was going to be a bit of a struggle, but it's not. Okay. There we go. So we've got the same shape in there. I think that looks good. Now hopefully we're going to be taking our door tops on and off quite a bit, so I do want to make sure that they constantly come undone easily. So I am going to use some copper grease. Right, so you need to do these evenly. So switch from side to side as you're coming down, and make sure as it's coming down you check on the outside that your rubber's all nicely tucked in. You definitely don't want to be over tightening these. That is rigid. Okay, let's have a look at our first door close, shall we? Oh yeah. So we're a bit tight on there. Now, this could move a little bit when we get the frame on, but for now what I'm going to do is just adjust those hinges there, just to see if we can bring it over a touch. And only doing that really because I don't want to damage the pillar. I'm not convinced that we've got it over enough, but we'll see. Okay, just gently let go. So that shouldn't move. And okay, we're clear. It's not perfect, but I think when we get this on, it will move about, but we have got clearance, so it's now not touching. Now you do see quite a few series and Defenders, I guess, with these series split doors without the actual capping in the middle, and that's why I think it's such a mistake, because you really don't have anywhere near as a strong base to actually mount your door top. So, you know, if you're thinking of doing this whole sort of split door system, I would definitely recommend you invest in these cappings. I mean, they are pretty minimal price wise, and they just make the doors come together so much better. We have got a second row door top. So again, we're going to use the same strip, however, the holes will be in the wrong place. So I've cut the rubber the same shape at the front, so that will sit nicely on there. We need to find our hole at the back here. I've just put a little cross into it with my knife. It's more of a square, and to be fair, but that is still perfectly suitable. So we put this on here, we do the same again at the back, cut it to shape. Now we have to be a bit careful here because, do you remember we modified the cappings? So the holes might not be as good as the front, but they seem to be good. So hopefully you can see we've got quite a big gap in here, and I need to obviously pull the window down using the nuts. So I wouldn't recommend using a power ratchet on here. You want to be able to hear when things aren't happy. Just going to check my seal on the outside. So I'm just keeping an eye on this line the whole time. That's really solid. So if you look at our B pillar, we've got a small gap at the front, bigger gap at the back. So that makes me think that once we get the rack on, the actual frame, it's going to pull everything back into shape. And we can, obviously we've got the ability to work with that. We can use straps, or you can use people to sort of move all the hoops together to get it perfect.